Do you want to read more fantasy?
Yeah.
Do you want to enjoy reading fantasy much, much more?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I do.
Are you absolutely certain that that is what you want?
I do.
Well, good, you're in luck. Here are 10 tips that will help you to read more fantasy. If you're sure that's what you want, then make sure to subscribe. Oh yeah. I'm going to rattle through these tips pretty quickly because I respect your time. Number 1, this is an obvious one, I'm going to get it out of the way quickly. It's to listen to audiobooks. Now, if you don't already listen to audiobooks, then you're missing out on so much reading. If you think about all the times when you're doing things like washing up, doing the dishes, laundry, whatever it is, something mundane that doesn't really require much mental concentration. 80% of all the books that I read are audiobooks. If you haven't started Audible yet, the link is in the description. Please start listening because you're missing out on so much. The second tip is to immerse yourself in the book. Don't just read it because you want to get through it, because you want to tick off another book on your book list. The more you enjoy it, the more you're going to do it. If you savor the book and think about all the characters and how interesting they are, how interesting the world is, how much thought the author must have put into crafting this world, you're going to be experiencing fantasy at its finest. Tip number 3 is to focus on one series at a time. I'm focusing on Mistborn. I'm not going to read any other physical books until I finish Mistborn. My mind is immersed in it. I don't want to switch to another series because that'll kind of break it up. But I want to just be immersed in this series and then move on to the next one. Number 4. Now, many people might not like this tip. To exercise. Reading is a very static activity. You know, there's not much movement involved in reading apart from your eyes flicking across the page. So you need a way to get rid of all that excess energy. I'm sure that you've had nights where you've just been up all night because you've been anxious, you've had all this energy that you want to burn off. Exercise will cure that for you. You won't be reading a book and then just... You want to go out and do something, you want to do some exercise, and you just can't concentrate on a book because you have so much energy. I personally go on a 20-minute run in the morning. That seems to be a good amount for me. And after I run, I feel really epic. 5 is to read books that you know that you're gonna love. Now, an easy way to find good books is to just look at the reviews on Amazon or Audible. If it has a 4.6 star and above, you're probably going to enjoy it. Or you can watch a book review video. I've got a few book reviews on my channel already. They usually help you to decide whether you should read a book or not, because it's quite a commitment to start reading a book. Number 6 is to avoid spending time pointlessly scrolling through social media. It might be fun for a few minutes watching videos on Instagram or YouTube, but afterwards you usually regret the time that you spent on social media because you could have been doing other stuff that would be more enjoyable and more beneficial. If you spend the time reading a book, it might be hard to get into it at first, but then once you get into it, it'll be a story that'll stick with you for your whole life. Number 7, this is my personal favourite. It's a very specific thing. It won't apply to everybody, certainly, but it really works well for me. And that is to play video games while I listen to audiobooks. Hear me out. Many people might think, oh, well, if you're focusing on the video game, then you can't focus on the book. But the key is to find a game that you don't have to exert a lot of mental concentration to play it. Games like this could include Tiny Wings, Candy Crush. I play Rocket League free play on my PC. And these types of games, they don't require any mental concentration to really play it. This idea is called temptation bundling, an idea that I found from Atomic Habits by James Clear, which is combining something that you want to do with something that you need to do, and so the thing that you need to do is much more enjoyable. That's basically every single tip that I've told you so far is so that you can enjoy reading fantasy more. Number 8 is to listen to atmospheric music while you listen to audiobooks. This is just another way to immerse yourself into the book. Obviously, don't listen to music with words in it because that would be too distracting. Number 9 is to read at the same time every day. I personally read after I eat lunch and before I go to bed. I feel like these are the best times because they are the times when I'm feeling least productive and I just want to relax and read. Anything will be a much stronger habit if you do it at the same time every day. Number 10 is to set goals for each month. I did this with Audible 5 months ago. I started with only about 25 hours a month reading. Now that may sound like a lot, it may sound like not much, it doesn't matter, everyone's different, it's fine. But last month I was able to hit 80 hours a month, which is the most that I've ever read in a month. I was able to read 6 really long fantasy books. That is just beyond anything that I ever thought that I could get to. And next month I'm aiming to read for 100 hours a month. That would be amazing if I could hit that. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, because that would improve your cognitive dissonance, which is basically where your thoughts agree with your behaviour. I hope that you learned a lot of things in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.